Good evening. Welcome to Global Sports Streaming's Best in Awards. I'm Courtney Perna, live in Las Vegas. I am honored to be your host once again for this special event. We are so excited that you're here. Whatever time zone you may be in, we appreciate you, and we're certainly excited to celebrate with you tonight. Now, you may be thinking, celebrate? Like, celebrate 2020? Yeah, it was a rough year for everyone. I mean, imagine being a fighter. No gyms to train at, a lot of fights canceled, some dudes coming in a little heavy, needing to drop a few quarantine pounds. Some of us still need to do that. But once the sport got rolling again, they were ready and eager to step back into the ring. Some fighters were straight up savages. I'm talking about Carlos Molina, who fought on 6 cards while also promoting those cards under his new company, King Carlos Promotions. Pretty impressive there. Also impressive, just promoters in general across the board. They not only survived, but thrived through this new COVID-influenced world. You got to set up fights to honor the athlete contracts, right? So how do you make money with no gate, no ticket sales? The answer is you pivot. That's exactly what we did here at Global Sports Streaming and Best in Boxing. We fought back. In fact, GSS did more shows in 2020 than ever before. We introduced pay-per-view opportunities to the Best in Boxing family. We were busy, we were safe, and we were certainly entertained by some great fights. Many we're going to honor here tonight. So this event, Best in Awards, is all about showing our appreciation to the fighters, to you, the fans, and of course everyone who works so hard behind the scenes here at Global Sports Streaming and Best in Boxing. Coming up, we'll commemorate Fight of the Year and Fighter of the Year, but first up, Knockout of the Year. This category is a fan favorite, so it's only fair to let the fans decide, right, who wins by counting the number of likes each highlight got on Instagram. Now, before we check out the nominees, I can tell you all of the fighters who were knocked out did recover. They are okay, and that's really good news because some of these KOs are nasty. Take a look.
The United States,
Manuel Rey
all the way to
Rojas,
Mexico.
knockout of
Juana
Jorge
Mexico.
Luis Alvarez.
Yeah, what does that mean? What does it mean to fight 2 times in the 3-week, that short of a period?
Whoa! And a hard right hand by Rojas.
He's out.
Puts Alvarez down, and it does not seem like he's gonna get up. The
Yeah, he's not
referee
getting
waves
up,
it off immediately.
That's what it means.
And we hope,
Yeah, that's what it means.
That's what it means.
we hope that Alvarez is okay. That was a very hard shot. He's being attended to. And you think it's easy
Salvador
to do it again, and you
Cervantes,
kind of forget about the
knockout of Rigo
fundamentals. You know,
That does happen.
you take away from the game plan, but oh my goodness.
He's done.
Hard body shot by
No,
Salvador
those are, he's
Cervantes.
done. Yeah, he's done. That's it. And that's a liver shot. Perfect liver shot.
Perfect
right
liver shot, putting an end to Rigo Cruz, bringing Salvador Cervantes to 2-0.
there. Wow. Yeah, there's no way he's coming up from that.
And Rigo Cruz grimacing in pain. That was a solid body shot by Cervantes. A matter of life and death.
Manuel Jaime, knockout over Francisco Rubio.
That's it.
The referee immediately stopped the fight. That was a thudding left hook by Manuel Jaimes. Lives up to his KO power. And we hope that Francisco Pac-Man Rubio is okay, as it was getting into this monotone pace, right? where all of us were kind of just watching.
Rodriguez is
Angel
a lot
Rodriguez,
taller,
knockout
but
over Alfredo
Diaz
Diaz.
is the one that has the reach advantage in this fight.
And that was a good body shot landed by Rodriguez there. Oh, and he is completely out. The referee immediately waves it off. The eyes of Diaz rolled into the back of his head. Guys, we respect every fighter that steps into the ring.
Jesus
that was a solid shot landed by Angel Rodriguez.
Rodriguez taking a knee out of respect for Diaz.
Yeah, props to him.
But again,
Rene
it's their
Giron,
favorite
knockout of
RHB.
Guadalupe Acosta.
Miss big shots now, Dylan.
Oh, good
big
straight right.
hand by Dylan. Another one. 2 in a row. Land on Acosta. Oh, and the referee doesn't even do a count. He looks one time in Acosta's eyes, and Acosta is finished with
What a
that.
fight.
KO victory
Oh
out
my
of nowhere.
God.
So I guess that answers my question. That little break, that little time off he took in the last round, did Giron really benefited him because he came and he finished the job here in this 8th round set. Hey, what's up, fight fans? Brandon Kyle, your ringside commentator for Best in Boxing here to announce the winner of the KO of 2020. Appreciate all your votes, guys. We've tallied them up, and your winner of the Knockout of the Year for 2020 in Best in Boxing is Manuel Jaimes. Manuel, your 5th round KO of Francisco Rubio back in September of 2020 has been voted the Knockout of the Year. Congratulations to you, my friend. Can't wait to see you back in the Best in Boxing ring, as well as all the other rising stars of boxing in 2020. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Big things happening this year. Can't wait to bring them to you. See you soon.
And our winner is joining us now. Congratulations, Manuel Jaimes. You are the Best in Awards Knockout of the Year. How does it feel?
Thank you. Man, it feels good. You know, you put in all this effort in the gym and everything, work hard all year round, and you know, it feels good to, you know, have a little award.
Oh, well, congratulations. That is awesome. Now, it's safe to say that we're all boxing fans here and everyone tuning in, watching. Everyone loves watching the fights, but not many of us know what it feels like to actually knock a dude out. So, like when the adrenaline is going and your instincts kick in, how does it feel to put somebody on the mat like that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think it was gonna go down the way that it did. You know, I mean, I just kind of timed it, just wait for him, and I mean, when I saw him go down, and I was just happy, I was just excited. You know, it was a tough fight going into that round, and so yeah, I was just excited. I felt bad because I mean, afterwards I was celebrating, and then I was like, man, like dude's still on the floor. I gotta be more worried about him, and so I was feeling bad. But you know, I mean, he probably would have done the same if he had me on the floor like that. But I mean, it's really exciting. But at the end of the day, you know, you still hope that the guy's okay, and you know, thankfully we both came out okay with that fight.
Yeah, that's a fine line to walk there, I think. You're celebrating, you're excited, and then all of a sudden it's over, and you look over and you got to be, of course, respectful to your opponent there on the ground. So, Manuel, tell us a little bit about leading up to that fight. Do you remember that fight, and then all of a sudden, bam, it's over? Can you take us through it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough fight. The guy was tough. You know, it's hard to train for. He was kind of a little awkward, a little longer guy. He had a good reach on him, and he was solid. He had a solid punch on him, so it was pretty tough. And yeah, I mean, just going through the rounds, coach is telling you, you know, stay calm in there. Don't try to go into a punch that you don't see coming and end up on the floor. And I mean, we just stayed calm, and then we waited for it, and it came.
Yes, and you, again, are our winner for the Knockout of the Year for 2020. You got to see this award that you're getting. I don't know if you can actually see it, but I can show everybody at home. It's this really cool Knockout of the Year championship belt. So we'll talk a little bit more about your belt later in the show because I've got your promoter coming on. But this is so cool that you're taking home, and congratulations again, and good luck because I know that you're up for another award later on tonight. So we will see if that comes through for for you. But until then, Manuel, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, congratulations to him. Up next, we'll meet some of the fighters for this year's most prestigious award, Fighter of the Year. Plus, I've got George Toscano of Toscano Boxing Promotions on standby. We'll talk to him live after the break.
People just don't know what we go through. All the time away from family, hours of road work, fighting through the pain of training. We don't complain. You know, people just don't understand how tough this life is. People ask me then, why do it? Simple. I want to be the best in boxing. Global Sports Streaming, the future of sports programming.
Yes, welcome back to Global Sports Streaming's Best in Awards. I think it's time we get to know our 2020 Fighter of the Year nominees a little better. Starting with the man who's already taken one award home tonight, Manuel Jaimes, the super featherweight out of Stockton, California, had a great 2020. Here are some highlights.
People just don't know what we go through. All the time away from family.
Here is Manuel Jaimes.
There you go, again with that solid jab.
It makes Lorenzo think twice before coming in.
Yeah, you definitely doubt yourself if the guy's connecting from the outside with that solid jab. And a good counter by Jaimes and a good combination does Jaimes.
Anytime
and that's a good hook landed by Jaimes.
He's hurting Lorenzo, so he's coming in.
And that was a good hook landed by Jaimes. Trying to close the bout. The ref did not call a knockdown. He continues to pour it on, does Jaimes.
Jaimes! Another thing with both these fighters, they have over 70 amateur fights, and good left hook by Jaime.
Oh! And a good
He's
right
wobbly.
hand.
He's wobbly.
Oh. No, Rubio, good record, man. 9-1. Ooh, good left.
Oh, they traded.
Right back. Nice. This is competitive boxing. This is professional boxing.
Yeah, this is kind of like a high-level chess match.
Oh!
That's it. That's it. The referee immediately stopped the fight.
With a knife right here. Two undefeated fighters. Somebody's must go. I had to say it, Chris. I'm sorry. I know how cliche it is. Chris, you didn't.
Big shots already exchanging. As you said, unless you don't get the opportunity to say it, because you know with these two guys, it could end just like that. It's almost like two heavyweights in there. At any moment, either of them could hit each other, and it could be all over. Yeah. I mean, it looks like he's feeling good so far, and 10 seconds left in this opening round, Chris.
Yeah. They both seem to be confident. Ooh, and another hook there landed by Jaimes.
1-2. Ooh,
1-2.
That left hook from Jaimes seems to be super effective.
On there, man.
Wow, this is a nice little shoulder-to-shoulder fight here. Both these bulls pushing forward.
Yeah.
With both fighters saying, you know, I'll back up to the ropes and we can get this going on right here.
He might just have that crazy power, man.
Yeah, he just lands a nice left hook to the nose there of Jaimes, but Jaimes just sitting in there, slipping and ripping. 10 seconds left. Not allow him to get pushed back, and he is definitely fighting harder off the ropes. A nice big counter up there from Jaimes. Right here in front of us, you can see the sweat flying.
Yeah,
here.
The way they're throwing, I'm becoming a fan. I mean, I'm not a fan already, right?
Yeah.
But I'm turning into a fan when I'm supposed to be calling this fight for you guys.
Manuel Jaimes is just, you know, understands how important this final round is. You never know what the judges are looking like, and these guys are just throwing back and forth.
Stockton zone. From Stockton, California, USA, Manuel Jaimes.
And we will meet more of our Fighter of the Year nominees as the program goes on. But as much as the hard work that fighters put in, they don't do it alone. Promoters not only promote the fights, they promote the fighter, instilling confidence in them and pushing their drive further and motivation further as well. And someone who knows just a little bit about that, I think, is our next guest. Please welcome George Toscano from Toscano Boxing Promotions. George, we made it through 2020. Welcome, my friend.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing well. You know, I love this event. When we did it live last year, I love this event again because, of course, it's all about the fighters, a lot of your fighters, of course, because you've been a longtime partner of ours here at GSS and Best in Boxing. Let's go back a little bit because at the beginning, when everything got shut down around March at 1st in 2020, it was looking pretty grim. But we came back, you came back. How did you push through and really come through as a promoter for your fighters?
Well, I think, like I've always said, it's sometimes just making money isn't the main issue. You know, my goal this year was simply to keep my fighters busy and to keep the fans happy. You know, keep them interested in boxing, keep them interested in our fighters, and keep our fighters growing. You know, so for us, in order for us to do that, you know, we had to make the sacrifice to move our shows down to TJ, you know, with everything with COVID. We still had to do all the COVID testing down there, you know, a lot of protocol that we had to follow. We actually opened up boxing back in Mexico during COVID, you know, and yeah, it's been a tough year, but it all depends on how you look at it. For me, it's been a blessing and to be able to keep our fighters busy and to keep giving the fans the good fights that they want.
Yeah, speaking of your fighters, Manuel Jaimes just won for Knockout of the Year, but he has an even bigger award on his mantle right now. He recently won the WBC Super Featherweight Youth World title. I mean, come on. That's huge, right? That's even bigger than Knockout of the Year, I think, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's you know, and I think that any award that he wins that he's chosen by his peers, by his fans. I think obviously the WBC is a WBC, but you know, when you get chosen by your fans and by your peers, that's awesome. That's great, and I'm very proud of him. Very humble kid, very hardworking kid, and we expect big things from him.
And another one of your fighters, one of my favorite people to interview, Wade Jones III. Spoiler alert, we're going to see a little bit more of him later in this show. Exactly, right? Now, he recently signed with Toscano Boxing Promotions, but I know for a while there, he was fighting on a lot of your cards, not signed by you. So what was it that you finally saw that made you say, you know what, we need this kid on our team?
Well, it's not so much what we needed to see. It's not what we needed to see. It's more the way we work at Toscano Boxing. We want to make sure that it's a good fit for us, the promoter, and for the fighter. And Wade is a very humble young man and very good charisma, very good person, all around great human being. You know, he's a good example to his community, to his fans, and that's what we look for. You know, they can have talent, and talent can be developed, but the personality can never be developed. So we wanted to make sure that it was a good fit for him, a good fit for us. That's why he was fighting on our cards, and we were, even before our cards, we were putting him on other shows, you know, to just to keep him busy and help him out. You know, he's a local fighter, and we wanted to see how he developed in 2-3 fights, and on top of that, just make sure it was a good fit, you know, for us and for him, and we're blessed to be able to be working with him, and you know, I think it's a good relationship.
And we are certainly blessed to keep working with you as well. What can we expect out of Toscano in 2021?
I'll let Best in Boxing release that one. But big things, you know, big things. Like I said, we're blessed. We've been putting in the work. We've been, you know, in the trenches, you know, doing what we have to do. And I think it's going to pay off here pretty soon. Our next show in TJ is going to be in April. Then hopefully we have a show coming up in June, and then we'll probably close out the year again in just depending with all the COVID stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to end out the year in Stockton. You know, bring those boys back to Stockton in front of all their fans, and yeah, I mean that we'll close out probably late October, early November. Hopefully here in Stockton, but if not, we'll close out in TJ again.
Yes, I know we've been working on behind the scenes on some stuff that we can't talk about yet. It's so hard for me to keep it under wraps. But
yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
I know, George. I see that.
It's almost like people. It's almost like people smell it. Like they're like, "Hey, what are you guys working on? Something's going on."
Going down.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then I start stuttering. I say, "No, we're good. Nothing's going on. We're, you know." But it's in boxing, you know. It's just like fighters, you know. It's just timing, and I think 2021 is going to be our year. our year as far as Toscano boxing and best in boxing. It's going to be a great relationship. It's going to get even better, and I think it's our year. Big things are going to come.
Exactly. I see that hammock behind you. It has your name all over it because, sir, you have certainly been working really hard out there. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, George. See you next time. All right, you heard George and I mention lightweight Wade Jones III. He's also from Stockton. He's undefeated at 6-0. And you know what? Whenever I interview him, he's always got a smile on his face. So here's another thing to make you smile, Wade. You're nominated for Fighter of the Year.
The fighting pride of Stockton, California, USA. The undefeated Wade Jones III.
Not sure if Hernandez has hit a 6-rounder yet in his career, probably with that much experience, but first time for Wade. Oh, and speaking of going to the bodies.
Yeah, that was a hard body shot. Good uppercut.
Nice uppercut.
Oh, and a hard left hook by Wade Jones.
And another body shot by Jones. Jones is kind of creepy crawling underneath. Oh, followed by some laughs, almost like him in his corner. It seemed like they have a good relationship. They're kind of having a... Chris, looks like this is a replay of Jones moving forward here on Hernandez in the red corner in this catchweight 142-pound match between Wade Jones. Wade Jones first time going 6 rounds, 4th round of Wade Jones' first 6-rounder. Doesn't want to go 6 rounds his first time, he said.
Again, so he's trying to land one hard shot instead of the combination.
Oh, he puts a couple left hooks together, got another nice one to the gut.
Use the sponge. And then you rehydrate. Pump it back up with water. It's all water.
Wade Jones keeping that that jab active right from the start.
He looks intense. Good long reach with that left jab. I think that'll be his moneymaker for tonight. That long, stiff left jab. He should throw it all night long. You see Wade Jones's each punch is thrown with authority. Each punch is thrown with intent.
Yeah, definitely throws good shots. You know, he's got a 50%
Good
clip.
body punch. Good body
punch by Jones. The straight right of Wade.
Yeah, it seems like he's trying something. And a good shot by Jones. Stopped Hernandez in his tracks. And maybe he's looking a little bit sluggish. Continue to see this fight on the inside. And a good jab by Hernandez there. Doesn't face Wade, he keeps coming forward. Oh, now he pushes him back. Last 10 seconds and a solid right hand landed by Jones.
Stockton, California. Wade Jones III.
I have been requested by many to tell just how I knocked out so many of my opponents.
He was the first available superstar.
Cassius Marcellus Clay was going to be Muhammad Ali.
I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
I'm the biggest in the sport, the biggest draw in the sport. Highest gross in one night. You know, 2 fights, 250 million. You tell me who else gross revenue like that.
These companies have no idea what's coming. Global Sports Streaming will be the #1 broadcasting sports company in the world.
Yeah, Armando, you tell him. All right, welcome back to Global Sports Streaming and Best in Boxing's Best in Awards. If you're just joining us, I'm Courtney Perna, coming to you live from fabulous Las Vegas. Now, being from Vegas, I know a thing or two about good entertainment. And this next Fighter of the Year nominee is definitely entertaining in the ring. But this award is as much about how a fighter handles life's jabs outside the rings. In 2020, Kevin Torres fought through injuries, through COVID, all while staying mentally ready to lace up his gloves. The Diamond Boy won this award last year. Can he repeat? Well, the highlights look good.
The Diamond Boy, Kevin Torres.
Yeah. Definitely. You never know in these TJ gyms, you know, what you're going to
Oh. Nice left hook by Kevin Torres. Already got
a straight right. That like Canelo, actually.
You know what? I've said nice left hook right there by Torres, and I said that a while ago. You know,
straight right hand.
when he was 4-0. Almada fighting back, landing good shots against Torres, but it doesn't seem to faze him too much right now. If anything, Almada lands shots, he seems to be stumbling, and he falls into the ropes.
Wow.
Feather.
This is just a study round.
It is an 8-round bout. So for the corner to be pleading for more shots from Kevin, I mean, Cuevas is throwing good shots too.
Yeah, Torres just landed a good left hook.
Oh!
Ooh. Good left hook.
Good hook landed by Torres, but it's not enough.
Kevin Torres coming out more aggressive this round.
And a good right hand by Torres.
He's getting too close and smothering the power of the punches that he's throwing.
But also at the same time smothering what Kevin Torres is doing. So, I mean, that mental pressure of a guy just coming forward on you when typically Kevin Torres is the...
You know what, guys? If I'm on Kevin Torres' corner, I need to stay beyond.
Did he take a knee? Did he take a knee? It looked like it, Chris. It looked like Cuevas took a knee. Solid shot by Torres landed there.
Ooh. Oh, and he's throwing it again. It's that overhand right, Chris.
And a hard body
shot.
You know.
Bellingham, Washington, Mazatlan, Sinaloa, y San Diego House of Boxing. The Diamond Boy, Kevin Torres.
The Diamond Boy, certainly charismatic, and one of the men helping to push his success is our next guest. Please welcome Saul Rios of Boristeca Boxing Promotions. Nice to see you again.
Hello, guys. It's nice to be in your show. It's great to have another year of Best in Boxing Awards.
Yes, I can hear you well. I think your video is frozen. We're just going to keep talking here. Let's talk a little bit about Kevin Torres. Oh, you're back. Hey there. Kevin Torres, it was pretty difficult behind the scenes, but I think watching him fight, you would have never known it. So what can you fill us in on what we might not have seen as fans?
I'm sorry. I couldn't pick you up. I'm sorry.
There you are. Hey, okay. Yeah, I was talking about Diamond Boy Kevin Torres. I know that behind the scenes, he had a pretty difficult 2020, a lot of injuries, even COVID. I mean, what can you tell us about him staying mentally ready, though, through the year and what we may not know about him as a fighter?
Sure, yeah, he had a tough 2020, especially because of the pandemic. He had 2 great fights, but then he injured his hand on his last fight. Cash Kobe, so he had to stay out of the gym for a couple months. He's back in the gym. He's been training. He's working hard. We're looking forward to see him again pretty soon, maybe around March.
And I know that he did catch COVID, like you mentioned, and I know that he's a gym rat. So how hard is it to keep him out of the gym? Because I know that's really the only place he wants to be.
Yes, it was hard because I had to tell him, hey, you have to stay home, relax, just get some rest right now. He's a very young fighter, so he still has a long time to go. And you know, he's always eager to be running, eager to be in the gym, work out, but we have to keep him calm and tell him to stay back in his house and relax.
Exactly. Now, how did you navigate 2020 as a promoter with all of your other fighters and just, of course, not being able to fight at the beginning, at least? Did I lose you?
Yeah, we got great plans for him.
Oh, there you are. You're good.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I think there's just a delay there. So go ahead and talk to me about 2020 as a promoter.
2020 was a tough year for everybody in boxing, not just me as a promoter, but everybody. Overall, it was a really tough year. We had to be very creative in how we were going to conduct the boxing shows with our public, take all the precautions to make sure that all the boxers and people involved in the events were safe. We came up with every idea from top of our head to put it together. We were able, as a promoter, I was able to do 3 shows in 2020. They were really tough, but we gave the fighters some activity to keep them active, and hopefully we're looking forward for 2021 to be a great year and overcome this pandemic, and hopefully everything will change in the next few months.
What can we expect from you and Boris Teka out of 2021?
I'm having a little difficult listening to you.
It's all good, Saul. I know that we've got big things coming from you guys, and you've been such a long partner for us, so thank you so much, Saul. We will chat with you next time, maybe when the signal's a little bit strong, but we always appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you guys for having me on the show. It's been a great pleasure. I've been working with Best in Boxing since I started this venture, and we're looking forward to some great shows in this 2021. I know that we have a lot of stuff going on that we hopefully very soon can let people know. But yeah, we're looking forward for a great year and for our boxers to make that transition to the big leagues and start fighting big fights on a different level.
That's right. Thank you so much, Saul. We'll talk to you next time. All right, now we mentioned him at the beginning of the broadcast. After the break, highlights from another Fighter of the Year nominee, Carlos Molina. Plus, I'm bringing in Global Sports Streaming and Best in Boxing founder, Armando Moreno. Stick around.
People just don't know what we go through. All the time away from family, hours of road work, fighting through the pain of training. We don't complain. You know, people just don't understand how tough this life is. People ask me then, why do it? Simple. I want to be the best in boxing. Follow Best in Boxing on YouTube, where future stars of boxing fight.
All right, it's time to meet Carlos Molina of King Carlos Promotions. Yep, that's right. In 2020, the middleweight promoted and fought on 6 cards. If that's not enough to get nominated for Best in Boxing's Fighter of the Year, check out these highlights.
Todo, aunque fuera de distancia, pero él se tiene una derecha ahora sí, un recto largo por parte de King Molina, Javier Saúl. Sí, hasta ese momento conectó con una gran. Y en este segundo episodio manejó mucho más ahora las distancias y alcanzó a conectar. Carlos Molina soltando las manos, pero sí, todos los dos, a pesar de que
que no alcanza a conectar. Molina lo agarra a la mitad, va a ser un tatambuzo, se anima completamente a ir a labor de rayo por parte de los como ahora lo hizo, con un recto bonito de derecha y otra vez vuelve a descargar la artillería y bueno, además del talento mexicano que también desfiló aquí a través de Fight de GSS.
And we've got one more Fighter of the Year nominee to meet before finding out who takes home the 2020 honor. And man, after a year like that, it's nice to celebrate some of the silver linings. All right, my next guest may only square off against the heavy bag in his garage nowadays, but he is a champion for the sport of boxing, especially in a year where everything changed. Joining me now, Global Sports Streaming and Best in Boxing founder Armando Moreno. Hello.
Hello.
I had to get that little jab in there.
Say,
How about that heavy
you
box?
had to bring up the heavy bag.
I've seen you hit the heavy bag though. Like you could probably do all right, I think.
I can hit, but I'm not a boxer.
It's a little bit.
It's only for exercise. I don't like getting hit.
Well, let's talk about 2020. I know that we were a little nervous at the first quarter of the year. Like, are we going to do anything?
Yeah.
But we did it. We persevered. How was 2020 for you behind the scenes?
Well, after March, I mean, everything just fell off a cliff. I mean,
Yeah.
we had two shows lined up, March and April, and then though obviously those were gone.
Yeah.
And so we didn't know what it was. So everybody just kind of sat tight, put on weight. I'm speaking of the fighters because they all put on some weight.
I did too.
And then we got the approval in Tijuana to go. And realistically, I mean, in the United States they delayed a little longer, but in Mexico they allowed us to go do shows. So then we just booked out, and we took advantage of it. We actually got more demand because people couldn't go to the shows.
Yeah.
So we created pay-per-view on top of it, so that the promoters could get some money, some income coming in. And so we actually did more shows. I know you mentioned at the top of the show, we did more shows in 2020 than we've done the previous year. So it was actually a good year in terms of how many fights we put on.
Yeah.
In terms of expanding into Muay Thai, we got back into Muay Thai. That was awesome.
Basketball.
Yes. So
how
yeah,
awesome.
there was a lot of great things that happened that came out of it. So yeah, it's always about looking at the positive, right? Trying to figure out, okay, we have this challenge in front of us. How do we get past it? And that's what we did.
And the cards were so good. I mean, that's one thing that we've talked about many, many times if you've seen our shows before. I mean, we're not cherry picking fights, and I'd put your cards up against the likes of Golden Boy and Top Rank and anybody, right?
Yeah, that was one of the things we had talked about. I talked about it with Jorge, I talked about it with Saul, I talked about it with the other promoters that we worked with, was that, look, we know that there's developmental stage of boxing. Every boxing head out there knows that there's cherry picking fights, and then there's easy fights for fighters who are just learning. We're like, look, we have to deliver. One, we want to charge people pay-per-view. They're not used to doing that at this level.
And you didn't want to. I know for a long time you started Best in Boxing to
free.
show everybody
Yeah,
for free
it
these fighters.
was all about bringing the exposure, but then we're like, okay, well, let's try this because we're not putting butts in the seats, so we got to get butts in at home to pay. So we tried it. It was set up, actually the system worked great, and we're looking to do more in 2021. We just have to get the message out there and get more people to get used to paying a little extra to watch these guys fight. I mean, we put on great shows. Like you said, I would put our shows up against Top Rank. I mean, obviously they've got the big superstars and they had the one great fight at the end, right? But we gave them, we gave every single fight we worked on putting really good matches together from the start of the card to the end of the card, so 5 hours. I mean, so we had 5 hour cards. It was all entertaining.
I do have a bone to pick with you though.
Okay.
Why is there no Best in Host award tonight? There should be a Best Host award tonight.
Okay, 2020.
Just saying.
2021's coming around.
I mean, I might win just because I'm the only one, but we'll work on that later. Maybe I should stop giving you jabs about working out in your garage. And
well, should I call it Broadcaster of the Year since we have all the broadcast crew too?
Yeah, but I totally better win, no matter what. I mean, I could wear sparkles on TV. 2021 looking good though, right?
Yeah, we're working on some stuff that we can't talk about yet. We were hoping we'd get
They all
things
say
wrapped
that.
up.
Come on.
No, we've got some good stuff on the horizon, some really big stuff. I mean, again, how do we take it to the next level? So we stepped up in 2020, and then we sat back in December and said, how do we take this another step?
Yeah.
And so we took it. We're in the process of taking it 2 and 3 steps right now, which is great. So if it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. So that's where we're at right now. We're going big.
I know, and it's so exciting that, we keep talking about it. There's so many things going on behind the scenes that I can't wait to tell you guys about, but it's like we just got to make sure that we sign on the dotted line before we tell all you guys. But thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. And thank you for continuing to push the sport forward and inspire everybody in the way that you do. So I really appreciate you, even though I give you a little jab. All right. He is the last man standing as far as Fighter of the Year nominees go. We'll meet Angel Ramos next.
People just don't know what we go through. All the time away from family, hours of road work, fighting through the pain of training. We don't complain. You know, people just don't understand how tough this life is. People ask me then, why do it? Simple. I want to be the best in boxing. Global Sports Streaming, the future of sports programming.
Talk about strength and perseverance in and out of the ring. Angel Ramos returned to boxing in 2020 after tragically losing his parents. Suddenly, he was the head of the household, responsible for his family. It's a lot for a young man. But luckily, Alpha Promotions had his back, signing the Southpaw, not just so he could focus on training full-time, but also because they believe in him. Ramos is our final Fighter of the Year nominee.
El orgullo de la bella Cenicienta del Pacífico, Ensenada, Baja California. Damas y caballeros, aquí está Ángel Diablito Ramos.
Going to be a top contender in the upcoming months, but tonight he has his opponent and he has to fully focus on Jorge Pajarito Villalobos.
And what I did see about Pajarito is he likes to box. He likes to come on. Oh, he's long. You have the Diablito coming forward with that pressure, the power punches, and going to the body as he should, like you just said. He's facing a longer puncher, taller fighter in Villalobos.
We're having really good action right here that Diablitos is putting on.
And it's smart pressure. He's moving his head as we see here. A quick clip.
Back and forth action as we can see on that replay.
Yeah, back and forth, but my point was the fact that Diablito Ramos moves his head right in the center and moves forward. A good little boxer puncher style like that.
Tell you one thing, if I was in Diablito's corner, I would tell him throw more body punches.
I like how Jorge is using the ring, moving around, sticking and moving, but I think he's going to have to sit down on those punches a little bit more and make.
I don't think he's fully. I don't think he is.
Maybe a little bit of ring rust. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, maybe. But there's a lot of fighting. There's still a lot of fighting to go.
There's a lot of fight left.
Nice work in the inside, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
And a solid shot by Ramos, trying to take out the long strong, and he does, landing two.
Villalobos. He's landing some shots.
Oh, and a hard shot by Ramos, kind of puts an end to what we were saying.
But right now, I think that the one who is inflicting more damage is
Ensenada, Baja California. El Diablito, Ángel Ramos.
And what we thought...
People just don't know what we go through. All the time away from family. Hours of road work. Fighting through the pain of training. We don't complain. You know, people just don't understand how tough this life is. People ask me then, why do it? Simple. I want to be the best in boxing. Follow Best in Boxing on YouTube, where future stars of boxing fight.
Welcome back to Global Sports Streaming's Best in Awards. Now, we just heard GSS founder Armando Moreno talk about the quality of the fights, and of course, our longtime partners, Boristeca Boxing Promotions and Toscano Boxing Promotions, both known for passing on those cherry-picked fights. So, when it comes to choosing the 2020 Fight of the Year, it wasn't easy. Here are the nominees. Kevin Torres versus Jose Cuevas.
With not so much pop, he could throw a double jab and then put a hard right hand
to the face.
Yeah, the waist movement right now for Torres is outstanding.
Dylan, what do you see here?
I see Torres staying calm, you know, staying collected.
And the few shots that Cuevas has landed seem to bother Torres. Not necessarily hurt Torres, but went ahead and bothered him. So maybe that punching power is there.
Oh,
the head movement, yeah. And they both come out a little bit more aggressive here in the 5th round. So for the corner to be pleading for more shots from Kevin, I mean, Cuevas is throwing good shots too.
Yeah, Torres just landed a good left hook.
Oh! And a good hook connected. And a good right hand by Torres.
Cuevas has a chin. He has absorbed Kevin's power all through this 6 rounds.
Cuevas.
Good work on the inside by both.
Pressure of a guy just coming forward on you when typically Kevin Torres is the guy going forward.
Had a good combination right there,
Nice
and another
flurry.
one by Torres.
If I'm on Kevin Torres' corner, I need to stay the
Oh,
obvious.
did he take a knee? Did he take a knee? It looked like
It looked like it, Chris.
It looked like Cuevas took a knee. Solid shot by Torres. Landed knee when Torres landed that short left hook.
Oh, a good body shot by
And
Torres.
The Diamond Boy, Kevin Torres.
He's doing a great job at attacking the body.
Rene Giron versus Guadalupe Acosta.
Uppercut from Giron, and then it follows up with hooks to the body. Another hook to the body. Ooh, Giron looking real sharp, slugging away at that one. Oh! Slips it when comes the uppercut. No, says Acosta here on the right side.
Acosta's doing a fantastic job when he's keeping that distance and he's throwing multiple punches, keeping Giron busy.
Oh, right body hook, left hook upstairs, that left hook.
That had to hurt. And good uppercut by Giron as well.
Some good hooks, not sure which one. He's knocking him around the ring like a rag doll now. Oh, big body shot. After that, left hook lands and nice left hook,
Good left hook by Acosta.
But man, will anything earn the respect of Rene El Bravo Giron? He takes a shot, comes back even harder.
I see Acosta taking the edge now.
Yeah, you see him start to turn the
Look at
tide a little
this.
bit here.
Oh,
10
yeah.
seconds left here in that 6th round, and you see Acosta push forward. Last round and a half is starting to pay off here because you see Giron coming forward now with those big, heavy shots once again. Oh,
good
big
straight right.
hand by Giron. And another one. 2 in a row. Land on Acosta. Oh, and the referee doesn't even do a count.
El Bravo Telles.
Definitely excited.
Manuel Jaimes versus Christian Vasquez.
In the main event, you know, brought to you by Toscano Boxing Promotions.
It's left in this opening round, Chris.
Yeah, they both seem to be confident. Ooh, and another hook there landed by Jaime.
Ooh, comes to the bottom.
He might just have that crazy power, man.
Yeah, he just lands a nice left hook to the nose there of Jaimes, but Jaimes just sitting in there, slipping and ripping. 10 seconds left. 2nd round.
Ooh,
Nice stare down Jaimes over this 8-round main event here. Just kind of, make him use his strength and drain him. Oh, nice right hand, though, comes back from Jaimes. Jaimes looks like his corner maybe got up in his face and let him know he needs to do more and not allow him to get pushed back. And he is definitely fighting harder off the ropes. A nice big counter hook there from Jaimes right here in front.
Dude, is that he has to box. Sometimes when you get a strong guy like Vasquez, for Muñeco Vasquez, I believe he needs to go to the body in order to slow down the legs of Jaimes. So if I'm in the corner of Vasquez, hey, dig to that body, dig to that.
About pushing forward again against Jaimes, or maybe Jaimes was kind of, going at about, 75, 80%, and now
not taking him well.
No, not at all. You see Vasquez is not nearly as aggressive pushing forward. They're in the middle of the...
See the technique there. Oh, when he received, Jaimes received him with a good inside body shot. They go back from the Francisco Rubio fight with Jaimes, the way he lunged into that, and that's due to the head movement by Jaimes.
Almost takes more energy from you to miss a big punch than to
Absolutely.
land it, right, Chris?
That's my point.
Have the same pop as they did earlier in the fight. They definitely don't have the same pop as Jaimes punches do right now.
Not right now, yeah. But Jaimes did something that I didn't really like. He lunged and his feet were off the ground when he threw that shot, putting himself in bad position. If Vasquez was able to capitalize, it'd probably be a hard shot. Jaimes caught him with a good shot.
No need to touch gloves twice, especially in the 8th round of a WBC youth lightweight title. But man, again, even though Vasquez has taken some heavy shots, look at him push forward. He knows how important it is to win this final round. Final fight, best in boxing. What's gonna happen? Who's gonna take it? Let's see. Wow.
Wow is right. So many good fights, but in the end, the winner is, little drum roll here, Rene Giron versus Guadalupe Acosta. It was a brawl. Here's some more.
Acosta, 27 years old. Both of them orthodox fighters here coming out to share the ring.
He's doing a great job at attacking the body. The very first punch was a jab to the body.
You know, and I'll tell you, oh, vicious uppercut from Giron, and then it follows up with hooks to the body. Another hook to the body. Oh, Giron looking real sharp, slugging away at that one. Oh, slips it when comes the uppercut. No, says Acosta. In boxing, Fight Up TV. Gotta commend is a very durable fighter. As you see him absorb punches like that here on the right side.
Acosta's doing a fantastic job when he's keeping that distance and he's throwing multiple punches, keeping Giron busy.
These boys are phone booth fighting now, and
man, Acosta
that's a
good
nice
combination right
put
there.
together by Acosta as he pushes Giron back to the ropes. Giron starting to look at him like, wow, what do I got to do to get you to back up? I'm hitting you with all these shots. That vicious uppercut body hook there by Giron. Big right body hook, left hook upstairs. That left hook.
That had to hurt. And good uppercut by Giron as well.
Oh my. What a vicious round.
What a round. And by Giron.
Love that Canelo style slip and rip. Some good hooks. Not sure which one. He's knocking him around the ring like a rag doll now. Oh, big body shot. After that, left hook lands and back and forth. Boxing is not a game. Therefore, you do not play boxing. This is a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a war these two are going through. What heart both men are showing, but nice left hook.
Good left hook by Acosta.
But man, will anything earn the respect of Rene El Bravo Giron? He takes a shot, comes back even harder. Now maybe, 10 seconds left here, this 5th round. Moving on. Oh, big shot from Giron. Giron is really trying to stamp this 5th round with big shots.
I see Acosta taking the edge now.
Yeah, you see him start to turn the tide a little bit here. 10 seconds left here in that 6th round, and you see Acosta push forward. Definitely. I don't think Giron had very much respect early in the fight, but you could see the eyes have changed differently, and you could tell he understands that he has one tough son of a gun in front of him.
He's staying on you, and he's staying busy. He's throwing a lot of punches. At any moment, any punch could end the fight.
Last round and a half is starting to pay off here because you see Giron coming forward now with those big, heavy shots once again.
Good
big
straight right
hand by Giron. And another one. 2 in a row. Land on Acosta. And the referee doesn't even do a count.
El Bravo Telles.
So good. Congratulations to both those warriors, Rene Giron and Guadalupe Acosta. You are our 2020 Fight of the Year. Each of you are going to take home these cool trophy gloves. I mean, you probably don't have anything like this on your mantle, right? Those are kind of awesome. All right, congratulations, guys. Now it's time for the granddaddy of them all, the best of the best. I'm talking about Global Sports Streaming's Fighter of the Year. Now, quick reminder of the nominees. We've enjoyed highlights from each one throughout tonight's show. We've got Manuel Jaimes, Wade Jones III, Kevin Torres, Carlos Molina, and Angel Ramos. Good luck, gentlemen. And if you're ready, I'm ready to tell you who is taking home the 2020 Best in Awards Fighter of the Year. He actually fought 3 times on Best in Boxing in 2020, and he's no stranger to winning. Now he can add this honor to his resume. Congratulations, Manuel Jaimes, you're back. How does it feel to be recognized?
Oh man, it's great. I mean, like I said before, man, you put in so much work, so much time in the gym, in the mornings, in the evening, all day, pretty much just in the gym, and so to get some recognition for it, it's amazing. It's awesome.
Now, I'm so sad we can't be there like we were last year in San Diego that I can actually give you the award, because this one's pretty cool. Again, it's a big championship belt trophy. It's so cool. Put that on your mantle. There it is right there for everyone who's watching online, and you can see it. The 2020 Fighter of the Year. Man, that is a really huge award, but like you said, maybe second to getting that WBC Youth World title. So let's talk a little bit about the feeling of getting the real championship belt like that. Something that I remember you talking about in some interviews on Best in Boxing before. That was one of your goals, and dude, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Like I said, it's just all the effort, all the struggles in the gym. You want it so bad, and then once you get it, you know what I mean? I mean, there's a couple pictures, right? Like, I have the belt in my hand, and I'm just like, it's just a satisfying feeling. And, I know you can't get too satisfied, getting to a point. You want to keep pushing forward, keep getting the bigger belts. But, man, it's just great, man. Thank you, Toscano, Best in Boxing. I got my gear on.
Yeah.
For giving me the platform, to showcase my ability. And it's just, I'm really grateful to have such a great year last year.
Yeah, and you got that WBC title at the end of November, so nothing like hanging out around the holidays as a champion, right?
Oh, yeah, I definitely took some time off after that fight, a couple weeks, chilling with the family, just resting, soaking it in. Yeah. But, I mean, we're rolling this year. We got into the gym pretty early this year, and we're getting ready for our next fight, February 27th in Guadalajara.
Oh, that's my birthday weekend, so maybe I got to come hang out with you guys this time instead of staying here in Las Vegas. Now, I know that you actually started fighting when you were only 8 years old, and I think that was really a lot to your successes because you have those instincts already. But after people for a decade telling you that you're good, that you've got this potential, I want to know when it clicked for you. When did you really think, man, I could really be a champion? Like, I really can do this.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, we were always in the gym. We were just always sparring and stuff, and started competing when I was like 9. And we'd be competing, always just going to the local shows. But then when I was 13, I went to Silver Gloves, and then I made it all the way to the Nationals. Mm-hmm. And I got second place that year in Nationals. But, I mean, at that point, I was pretty much like man, I'm up here with the best, with the best in the country pretty much. And so at that point is pretty much when I turned it on, started going to more tournaments, just being active with it, and just really just dedicated myself to it.
Yep, and you fought 3 times for us in 2020. How was that through the pandemic? I mean, with no crowd, did that affect you at all?
No, I think it was okay. I kind of liked it. It was quiet in there. I could hear Coach perfectly fine. So I mean, I knew it was gonna be a little weird, but it was fine. I kind of liked it. It was good to stay active. A lot of people didn't have that opportunity like I did. And so, yeah, it was a good year for me. I liked it.
Yes, it certainly was a great year for you. You got the WBC title, the Youth World title. You won Knockout of the Year already. And, of course, now you are 2020 Best in Boxing, Best in Awards, Fighter of the Year. Congratulations. And I know that this is our first time actually talking in real time, but we've done some taped pieces with you before in some of the pre-shows that I've hosted. And I remember specifically you saying, I want to be remembered. And I think, sir, that you are making that happen. Congratulations on all your successes.
Yeah, thank you so much. And like I said, thank you, Toscano, Best in Boxing, GSS, everybody, just for everything. It was a great year, and I hope we can keep pushing forward and have a lot more great shows like we did.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you February 27th.
Thank you.
All right, talk to you soon. That was Manuel Jaimes, your 2020 Fighter of the Year for GSS and Best in Boxing. But congratulations to all of our winners tonight. Thanks to all you boxing heads out there for supporting the fighters and tuning in, not just tonight, but throughout 2020. It was quite the year. Many challenges, so many COVID tests, but luckily there was no shortage of silver linings. Best in Boxing put together 49 fights last year, more than we've ever done. And that's not even including additional boxing programs like GSS Presents, working closely with King Carlos Promotions, and Paco Presents, plus my other shows like Best in Boxing's Before the Bell that I just mentioned there with Manuel. It's a reoccurring live show to get you ready for the Best in Boxing bouts. And of course, Punch Drunk Podcast, where I basically just chill and sip on cocktails, talk boxing, and interview the sport's rising stars. Global Sports Streaming brought back Muay Thai with triumphant promotions and even expanded to professional basketball. That's right. The American Basketball Association, the ABA, is expanding out of the U.S., and I had the honor of hosting the very first ABA Mexico draft. That was really cool and, of course, really exciting for the players who are now pro. Overall, Global Sports Streaming got roughly 400,000 views and produced 20,000 hours of content in 2020, all with a mission to showcase deserving athletes and future stars to all of you fans across the globe. We leave you now with more knockdowns, knockouts, and some of the best brawls you'll see anywhere. Thank you again for watching on behalf of Global Sports Streaming and Best in Boxing. I'm Courtney Perna saying good night from Las Vegas.
Come on.